Hey folks, welcome back to a new episode of Off the Cuff. Today's topic is going to be about the TikTok ban. I want to kind of gather my thoughts around that and maybe start a bit of a dialogue down in the comment section down below. So, let me know in the comment section what you think of this TikTok ban. Are you for it? Are you against it? If you were for it, why? If you're against it, why? I'm curious to know what everyone else's thoughts are on this because I think it's an interesting topic for a few reasons, and we'll dive into that in a second here. Before we do, if you could please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. And, let's just kind of do a general check in and whatnot. Um, we're almost a month into the new year of 2025. My year has been kind of off to a mediocre start, to say the least. It's hasn't been bad by any means. I wouldn't say that at all. Um, but it hasn't been great. I'm still unemployed, still on the job hunt, which can be stressful and whatnot at times. But it's something I have to do. However, being unemployed right now has been somewhat of a catch-22. It's given me more time to work on myself and work on my channel, right, which has been great. But it's like I said, it's been giving me more time to work on myself, both physically and mentally, try to get into shape, I guess, if you will, and just be in a better place when I do get a job and go back to work. That way, I can give it my all. And then also, with YouTube, trying to get a process around making videos and a weekly upload schedule and stream schedule and whatnot. That way, when I do go back to work, I kind of have that down, and I can almost just keep the channel going without any sort of break or anything like that. So, like I said, today's topic is the TikTok ban. Now, my initial thoughts are okay. I mean, for me personally, I think it will be a good change because I do find myself just scrolling on TikTok specifically. I do find it to be incredibly addicting. Um, and for myself, that's not always good for just my productivity for anything, but also for my mental health. It's not good to just stare at a screen for an hour, half an hour, or whatever, just scrolling and not really taking in any useful information most of the time. I do think TikTok is a tool, or can be used as a tool rather. And we've seen that a lot with small businesses who have kind of blown up on TikTok and really have made a living off of TikTok revenue, right? So I think in a lot of ways it can be a useful tool, but 9 times out of 10 it just isn't, right? Now, to be honest with you, I don't 100% understand why TikTok is being banned. I understand it's uh, Chinese owned, I believe. So there's some national security reasons that the government thinks it's for our own protection, which maybe it is. I think there's been some evidence or whatever that has shown that TikTok's essentially stealing our data, which is not good by any means. But I'm sure like every company does that, especially every social media company. I mean, you when you sign up, I feel like you almost sign your life away in a lot of ways, and especially your privacy. It's like, do not join social media if you respect your electronic footprint, if you will, or internet footprint, whatever it's called, because that thing is everyone has a internet footprint now, really. Even if you're like trying to avoid social media and stuff, you're probably still out there in some capacity that you don't even know. So I understand, I guess, that they want an American company to buy TikTok, and that way they can regulate it better, maybe, or something like that. So I don't know. I just feel like the ban is almost useless in a lot of ways because we already see, the a new app kind of popping up, a new app that I can't remember the name of. It's like Red something, Red Band maybe, and that is like full on like a Chinese app. Like I don't even know if you can use it in English, right? Like it's just full on a copycat of TikTok, but fully in Chinese. Now I could be wrong about it not being in English at all or anything like that, but I saw the logo and it was just in Chinese. So it's like I don't know. It's like you cut the head off of one monster, and then you know three more appear, right? So I just feel like banning it outright is probably not the way to go. I do kind of, I don't know. I do kind of feel like as an American, like I should be able to choose. I don't know what social media platform I want to use, and I just feel like there was a better way to go about it. Now, who knows if the ban will stay in effect? I mean, with President Trump coming into office, or President-elect Trump coming into office, you know, I think there was something that just came out like yesterday that said he was thinking about signing like an executive order on day one to reverse the ban. So it will only be banned for like a day. So it will be interesting to see how it plays out, if it will be unbanned in America. And, because Trump has said, he does have kind of a soft spot now for TikTok. Um, so I don't know. But it is interesting because in his first term, I think he was the one that wanted to ban it originally, and there was plans to ban it during like COVID, I think. And ultimately that kind of fell through. I can't remember exactly why and whatnot. But it will be interesting to see how this unfolds. I am curious. It's something that's a social media platform being banned has not like it hasn't been done or anything like that, because I'm sure it has in other countries and then also here. But to this wide, the biggest social media ban ever so far, at least. Um, and at least the one I think most people are kind of aware that is happening. Because I do think, like I said, I think TikTok is a useful tool in some ways. Um, I think it's like I've used it to promote, no, not like a product or anything, but just to post and try to build a community on there of people who love comic books. I've also started drawing, so I post my artwork on there as well as on YouTube and Instagram. So it's been great for that, and like I said, it's super addicting, at least for myself. I've gone through a few periods where I've deleted it. I've deleted, kind of like a social media purge almost, where I've deleted all social media off my phone, and that's been when I do that, it's definitely been refreshing, and um, I become more aware of my surroundings and just more in the moment, if you will, which I think's great. And I'm sure there's some people out there that can have all those social medias downloaded and still not spend a lot of time on those apps. But for myself, that tends not to be the case. So I don't know. I don't know. I think for myself, it will be, if it does stay banned for ever or just a little while, I can kind of take a bit of a break from TikTok. I do, however, if I had to predict, I do think it will be unbanned. I'm not sure if Trump will necessarily unban it or sign, do an executive order, or maybe the decision will get reversed. But I think the decision was made by the Supreme Court, and like, there's really no appeal process with the Supreme Court. Like, they're the top dogs when it comes to law cases and whatnot. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I am curious to know what you guys think in the comment section, though, because it will be. I think it will be something to remember in 20 years or so. Um, Maybe if it stays only banned for one day, I mean, 20 years probably no one will remember. But I do think there will be another social media that comes up and becomes just as popular, and maybe is even another national security threat, or so they're saying. I don't know. I don't know. I do think people need to maybe spend less time on social media, myself included, and, by, America's America, right? We're the land of the free, and, we should be able to choose kind of what we wanna use for social media and how much time we spend on a app or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully, I didn't ramble on too much there, but, yeah, we'll see you in the next Off the Cuff. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you in the next one.